Good evening, Passion Gang Gang. Good evening. I'm running a little bit late. I said 6 o'clock, but like any Lifetime movie, it's a little longer. They will take a while to tell the story, okay? They will take a while. There are a couple videos that we can look at real quick before I come in and tell you what's going on.
Okay, so I watched the Ruby Frankie story last night and I'm so confused. What are we thinking? Was she brainwashed? That therapist? Okay, so I watched the
I don't want to be like a spoiler, but I'm hoping if you came over here for this movie review that you've already watched this movie. So my first thoughts are it's nothing like what I thought this movie was going to be about. It's nothing like that. And I only know a little bit of the story. If you're a content creator, when things go down on YouTube, you hear about it. So I only know a little bit of the story. So it was kind of like me, I kind of have fresh eyes to the movie because I didn't know a lot about what happened. Now, I didn't find out till after I was doing research on it, after I did this review, that the daughter, the oldest daughter, did not want this movie made. And Lifetime went around her and made this movie. So we got to take into account that this is like a level of entertainment where they're going by the court documents, they're going by Ruby's diary or journal, like that, in order to do this movie. So everything is not like 100%. But I was told from the people who were subscribed to Ruby on, the 8 passenger channel, that it was very true to what they watched. So they did say that it was very true to what they watched. And why I say it wasn't what I expected is because I thought it was going to be more about her on YouTube taking, having the kids work on that channel and taking the money from that they were all earning. And I think that was there, but it was subtle because she had a savings for the kids where their money was going. And she took all that money out. Like she went and withdrew like $85,000 in cash out of the kids' savings. So evidently there were some savings being put away, but that's when she was with her husband. And it seemed like her husband really did love her, but the lady Judy had just gotten so much in her head that she was not, like, she pushed her husband away. And you could like see the in the movie, I'm just saying, in the movie you could see the manipulation that Jody was doing with the husband and how she slowly was isolating Ruby. And what's fascinating to me is that this movie kind of makes it seem like Ruby was brainwashed, and on some level she was a victim too. And so that was surprising to me. And when I was reading about it, they were saying that Jody was not her. Well, she said that Jody was not her. She was saying that Jody was not her business partner, but that she had hired Jody to counsel her son. But now, one of her children, this is word on the YouTube streets and on the Instagram streets and on TikTok streets, that one of her sons made a TikTok like coming out saying that the mom, Ruby and Frankie, was, in a relationship. So that's what he's saying. And it kind of like, I don't know, it could be, we don't know, because somehow she got into that girl's head. But it's not an excuse because those are still your children, and how you could sit there, even if you didn't touch them, you knew what that woman was doing, having a little boy with no shoes outside in the heat, no water for days. And I did see where they were saying when they got there to save the kids, the little girl was in the closet for hours before they could get her to come out, and that they had to order a pizza in order to get the girl to come out the closet. And even if you just read about the circumstances of the children, it was very extreme. And it seems like if that little boy hadn't got away, they might not be alive, to tell the story. It seemed like they were with in imminent danger. Yes. Like that, those kids were very, very sick when they were saved. And they said the little boy had tried to get out several times. I think he was 12 and he made it to a neighbor's house. And that's how the case was broke wide open. So they're saying like he tried to get away several times. So that's why she kept bounding him more and more with tape and rope and stuff because he was getting away. And thank God that little boy did get away. Can you imagine? I feel like they wouldn't have made it. I just don't think they would have made it much longer because they were on the edge. And so I do want to know, like, what you guys think. I have another video. Let's check it out.
Franke is asking people to not support the new Lifetime movie that is coming out later this month about her family. Sherry is the oldest daughter of Ruby Franke, the former YouTuber who is now in prison after being convicted of child abuse. Last year, Franke's then 12-year-old son escaped from the home of her former business partner, Jody Hildebrandt, and he was completely emaciated and injured. Both Hildebrandt and Franke were arrested and ended up pleading guilty to 4 counts of aggravated child abuse, and in February, they were both sentenced to 4 to 60 years in prison. Following her mom's arrest in 2023, Sherry said that she was happy justice was finally being served. She has since shared that she spent years trying to get police and CPS involved. Sherry has also spoken out about how her life was turned upside down when her mom was arrested, and she said that she is extremely upset about the new movie coming out about her family. The movie is titled Mormon Mom Gone Wrong, the Ruby Franke story, and it's set to debut on.
So, do you feel like this? I feel like this is definitely something that could be triggering the girl because, first of all, it's her story, and you didn't talk to her for her to tell her side of the story. And I think it is triggering. Some people are mad because they use that children's actual names, but that's what's in the court paper. Unfortunately, their story is worldwide, and very popular here on YouTube. Everybody has heard that story. And there's a lot of abuse that goes on YouTube towards children, and that's more of what I thought they were going to focus on, more of the social media and what was being done on the social media. I mean, they touched on it, but in my mind, that's what the story was more about. So I was like, really like, wow, oh my goodness, this is at the core a lot to do with this religion that she chose, or it's a lack of religion because it seemed like Jody was making it up as she went along. And then at the end of the movie, they show her in prison trying to get other people to, come on aboard. She was just, you got to be careful who you're seeking counsel from. Seek godly counsel. This, you can easily be confused. You really got to be balanced in your mind about, following people spiritually and religiously. And this woman, she just, it really definitely portrayed Jody as the aggressor and as the manipulator and deceiver, and more so showed Rudy as going along with it, thinking that this woman knew everything. So let me play another video.
My flabbers are once again gasted. My gears are ground. I've been seeing a lot of promotional content for a show or a segment or something that's coming out about Ruby Frank, and the tagline is Mormon Mom Gone Wrong. Y'all, it's not a Mormon mom gone wrong. It's a Mormon mom gone right. Her behavior is not an aberration. It is not an anomaly. It is the system working exactly as intended. Can non-religious people perpetrate childhood torture? Absolutely. Do they sometimes? Yes, of course. But religious parents are aggressively overrepresented in the pool of perpetrators of childhood torture, and there is a reason for that. Listen, I know that analyzing a belief structure that is so deeply held that it feels like you cannot exist separately from it is so hard. Do you know how I know? Because I've had to do it. But these beliefs.
Okay, so these are just other people's opinions. These are not facts. You are entitled to your opinion. I would hope that you could feel free to like put your we can talk about this. And if you got to watch it, if you didn't get to watch it, if you really actually followed the family when they were on YouTube, I find that interesting because I didn't know anything about the 8 passenger channel until she was arrested. And I just think we got to be careful who we follow for religious and spiritual as our spiritual leaders. I believe that Jody Lady had a past, and we got to be careful to not let it be so easy for people to come in and compromise our families because they actually seem like a happy family. Like in the beginning, like they were really happy doing their videos. They were really happy, as a family. So they had life problems going on, but they seemed pretty happy. So it's like, wow. Plus, she wanted more. And, this is just a sign of how YouTube and social media can just take over your life. You know what I'm saying? But they were making a lot of money, and maybe the money changed her or something. I don't know. But I would be interested to know what you think, and maybe we might come back and discuss it more. I'm going to look up like more of the reality, what really, really happened, but I think it's pretty good that I watched the movie first before I knew everything because I watched it with an open mind. So I value your opinion. We can talk about it again. Please get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And make sure you subscribe to Passion Elisa on YouTube.